that there are some massive changes happening within our community. And change, can be very, very exciting and can be very, very good. And that's the type of change that we're going to be talking about today. So let me ask you guys this. We've had about two or three calls so far when it comes to let me see. We've had two or three calls this week using the DeFi scanner, the upgraded version of Sniper Pro. I don't know if you guys were on Ace's call last night. It called three buys on gold and it just smashed TPs. It was amazing. A lot of people were able to take advantage of that. Uh, Today, I was sitting right here in this seat. I haven't really left here today, and I had the scanner pulled up on one screen, and it was just there all day long, and I was just watching it. I swear it called a dozen trades, and I saw it hit stop loss one time. And so for me, I'm super, super excited about DeFi and having access to this scanner. And it's literally like Sniper Pro, but it's like five versions later. And that's what DeFi basically is. We talked a little bit on Monday about automation. How do you guys feel? How would you guys feel if you guys had an app to where you could literally connect your broker to it and it's connected to the top educators, expert traders, six and seven figure earners, people who have the results, people who have experience. And when they take a trade, you take a trade. When they make a certain percentage, you make a certain percentage. How many of you guys are excited about that? Because I feel like that is going to be a game changer. And that is going to be a reality, by the way. It's called IQ Auto. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a second. This last month, for brokers in the US, which is a little bit more strict, they did about 10 to 15%. For international brokers, they did roughly about 25% on autopilot, hands free. Imagine you had $1,000 in a trading account, okay? And you made whatever, 25% this last month. By the way, the stock market is doing 10% per year. Okay. You just made $250 hands free. So I am extremely excited about that because for me, I feel like some people pick up trading very, very fast. Some people takes forever for them to learn how to trade. Some people just want the result that trading can actually get them, and they don't even want to learn how to actually trade. So I feel like this is something that even if you are very like for me, I'm going to still be taking my own personal trades, obviously, but why not have this running in the background so that you can make another source of income basically residually, okay? So there's that. Um, One thing as well that we're going to have is semi-automation. So we talked about this when we actually first got started with Jifu, and it never actually came, unfortunately. But we're gonna, talk here soon about semi-automation to where it's not as good as the automation, but this is my opinion. Some people like the semi-auto better. This is my personal opinion. But imagine you get notifications sent straight to your phone, and it'll tell you, hey, here's the trade, here's where to get in, and here's where to get out. You don't have to actually execute it. You don't have to actually enter the stop loss, take profit, and all that. All you have to do is click, yes, I accept, and then boom, the trade is taken on your behalf. So that's semi-automation. We're going to be talking about that as well. Let's talk about support.
Right.
In terms of support, what if you had access to a large group of people and had a lot more support here in the US. What do I mean? What I mean by that is when in Gifu, the reality is that the people that, we're working directly with, they're in Europe and they're 8 hours ahead of time. And so it's like very, very difficult. It was very, very difficult to, uh, you know, I mean, the most people when they're working 9 to 5 and they're learning about trading and they're building their business from 5 to 9. And that's like 3, 4 a.m. European time. So, we didn't really have much support. We didn't really have any support, to be honest with you. It was really just us here doing our own thing. But what if you had support from other, not just six-figure earners, but more seven-figure earners, and even a few people who have hit, believe it or not, 8 figures, and you had support from those kinds of people, and they were consistently hopping on calls like this. I know you guys get tired of me. You guys get tired of, hearing the same people all the time, right? So what if you had support from people who had, you know, who have had 10 times more success than me personally? That'd be pretty exciting. Now, here's the thing. We have a major announcement, and that announcement is that Leanne, myself, all of the leaders over the last few weeks, we just decided that there's nothing really wrong with Gifu. They just didn't really have some of the things that we were looking for anymore. Okay. I don't want to talk bad about Gifu because reality is I actually got massive value. There are a ton of people that have gotten incredible results. And the truth is that right now, our numbers in terms of like people who are actually in the academy, yeah, in the platform, and the amount of people that we have is growing, and the numbers are literally at an all-time high. So we're not really making a move out of desperation. It's more out of inspiration. It's more out of, hey, there's nothing wrong with what it is that we had, but if we have something that's a lot better in terms of automation, in terms of, the support, the, better scanners. I didn't even talk about if you're an affiliate that the compensation plan is a little bit better. All these different things, it just kind of became a no-brainer that we would, basically switch the platforms that we're using. So we're not taking away anything. What we're doing is we're just adding on, to the stuff that we already have, and it's just going to be better and better. So there's a company called Iconic. Iconic, uh, let me just tell you guys a little bit. So I was in one trading education platform for 7 years. When I say I mean Leanne and I. And in that company, there is an individual named, his name is Manny Q. And Manny, his story is absolutely insane. So he was an educator for trading. He had over 1 million unique visitors go through his live sessions in the past 10 years. He's trained over 1 million people when it comes to the financial markets. Not only has he trained 1 million people in 150 plus countries when it comes to trading, but when it comes to an affiliate standpoint, he was able to go out there and make multiple seven figures as an affiliate. Very few people are able to do both. He actually, about 2 years before we, made that decision that we were going to, take a look at Gifu, he was actually there 2 years earlier than us. And he kind of created all of the scanners that you guys see. If you go to Gifu and you guys see like all the different half a dozen different scanners, he's literally behind all the scanners, all the technology. Um, you know, he brought a lot of the educators there. When he got started there, they literally had a couple hundred members in Gifu, and they were running calls only on Zoom, and there was no scanners, no platform, no live education, nothing. It was just a couple calls on Zoom. And they literally built it up and, literally brought tens of thousands of people to Gifu. And I'm not going to get into really the story of how, certain people in the company, he didn't really align with their values and ended up leaving. But in August, I had a conversation with Manny. And I was so surprised that he was starting something completely new in August. I was like, yo, he's someone that I've looked up to since 2018. You guys got to think about this. And I said, hey, like, why are you doing something different? Like, you guys were having so much success in Gifu, like, what's going on? And he told me a little bit about Iconic. And at the time, I was very, very closed off because, we had kind of just gotten started with Chifu and so, me being a little bit closed-minded, I said, "Hey, like I'm not open. I'm just doing my thing." But we've had a great relationship and there's very few I could count on my hand the amount of people that I trust and the amount of people that I look up to in the trading space, in the affiliate marketing space. And in terms of skill, when I think of like, yo, who's somebody that has massive success with trading, with business, who can be who's great at public speaking. Like I literally can't think of somebody better that's more well-rounded than Manny. And I've worked with many people in the last 10 years of being an entrepreneur, right? And so with that being said, we've had kind of maintained conversation since August, and I've just seen what they've done. I've seen what they're doing, and I've seen their vision, and I've seen their technology. And most importantly, I've seen that there's good people with good hearts and people that really want to help people. That's the main thing. My thing is this. It's always been this. It's where can we help the most amount of people make the most amount of money? Where can we help your average person be successful? You don't have to know anything about anything, and you could have made, a decent percentage last month on autopilot. This is something that I genuinely feel good about, and I'm super, super excited about. So that's kind of what the massive announcement is we're going to be switching. We're doing the same thing. We're not changing what we're doing. We're still educating people when it comes to the financial markets. We're still doing exactly what we're doing, but we're doing it with, a much better platform, for lack of better words. Better platform, better technology, and most importantly, in my opinion, amazing leadership to where, you know, they're not 8 hours ahead and, we can't even get anybody on a call and it's literally just us. Nothing wrong. The people that we're working with are amazing. I have nothing bad to say. It's just that's just the reality, right? And having, an amazing support system as to where I said, hey Manny, look, I want to do an event here in Washington next month. He's like, I'll come. Like I'll be out there. Not just him. There was multiple other leaders that have made seven figures that are like, yo, next month, yeah, I'll come out there. No problem. So super excited about that. That's my perspective. And I'll be honest, when I told everybody that's a leader, someone that has an organization, and they said, hey, listen, if you genuinely believe that this is the real deal, that this is the best, and everybody kind of had a very similar reaction. Once they saw everything, they got excited about it. But I was honestly surprised because, um, if I'm being real, when you make a transition like that, there is always going to be a percentage of people that don't want to follow you. I haven't had a single conversation where people weren't like, "Yo, like I trust you 100%. Whatever you do, I'm going to do. If it's best for everybody, let's do it." And so, I just want you guys to know on this call that genuinely I appreciate every single one of you and that if there's anything that, Leanne and I can do to make sure that you guys feel more supported, you guys feel like you guys are at home, you guys feel like you guys are growing. I remember going for a period of time where I felt like for a year or two, there was a period of time where I wasn't growing at all, and there's no worse feeling than that. But but yeah, guys, I'm like genuinely excited for what it is that we have to come. So that is basically my side of the story. And like I said, we're not taking anything away. We're just adding on many, much better things to the things that we have. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Leanne, and she is going to I don't know if I missed anything, so I can let her kind of cover anything that I missed. And also, she has some big announcements for like what this really means, and how you guys can actually, if you see the vision, make that switch with us, and we're all gonna just do this together. And one thing that Leo said yesterday that really, stood out to me, he said, "Hey man, like." like the company's great, man, but I'm here for the community. And I 100% agree. Like I think that if we stick together, that whatever we want to do, that we're all going to be successful as long as we stick together and we put in the work. So, Leanne, I appreciate you. Here's the thing, guys. When we started with Jifu, you know, Leanne was working on multiple different other projects that she had going on. And at the same time, she also obviously got pregnant and then obviously got pretty sick for a couple months and was kind of on the sidelines. When she saw Iconic, I saw her like light up again. I saw her say like, "Yo, this is something that I feel like I can really get behind and I want to get more involved." And if you guys haven't had a chance to work with her, I'm telling you guys right now, anything that I could do, she could do. A lot of the things she could do better than me. And so like having her, really making that decision that she also, sees the vision and is ready to run. I promise you, you guys are going to see a lot more growth within our community, a lot more support. And so with that being said, Leanne, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm super excited. Yeah, guys, I'm not just Cruiser's sidekick or assistant. No,
Wait, really?
honestly, I am. But also, I love you guys and I love this team and I'm just really excited about what's happening and what's going on and what we're being offered and what we have access to now, like never before. So shout out to Cruiser because I said this on a call once and I was like, it sounds really funny, but like I chose Cruiser to like lead me. Like I married him because I trust him, I respect him, and he's somebody that is like the most reliable person I've ever met. Like his word is like his bond. Like he says he's going to be there for you, he is. And so like for you guys to be on this call, I just want you to know like how lucky all of us are to have somebody who's like even like listening to these offers that are coming in, people are pitching Cruiser left and right, and he's making the best decision possible for you guys. That's really at the end of the day, and for me too. So, appreciate you for starting the call, and I'm excited for my part to get things going. I was sick for like 3 months. That was so rough. I'm gonna be honest, being pregnant, didn't think it was gonna be like that. It was a roller coaster. But I'm feeling so much better and I'm so excited for like honestly, it's perfect timing. It really is. So what I'm gonna share with you guys today is just a little bit of my perspective of how this switch is gonna work. We are VIP. Okay. VIP is our team, it is our group, it is our motto. And we've been building for years together, okay? But we have different platforms. We've used different scanners. We've, listened to different educators. We've used different live sessions, So it's really just, those are just the tools. We are the group and we have access to different tools. And so that's essentially what this is we are just having access to new tools that we didn't have before that honestly didn't even exist before. Like, and so I want to break it down for you guys. There are 5 ways that I have traded now, okay? 5 ways that you can trade. The first, all right, is manually trading on your own, meaning you look at a chart and you can tell whether it's going to be a buy or sell, and you enter the trade. You enter your stop loss, your take, you do that. You do your own analysis and you take a trade, okay? That is number one. That is what we were being taught to do 8 years ago. Okay. That is very hard. I'm going to be honest. Okay. To look at a chart, have the self control, the emotional intelligence, all of that to manage your trades. It is a full time thing, right? And I'm not saying that's not possible for you guys because that's what we're here for once you start going through the education. But that is one of the hardest levels. And then it gets a little bit easier. You have access to number two. Okay. Instead of manual trading, you can have live session trading where you hop on a live session and the educator is like, all right, guys, this is a good time to buy. And you manually put it in. You put the take profit, the stop loss, and the entry. Okay. That makes things a little bit easier. Now, even more easier than that is not having to rely on an educator. And number three is using an AI scanner. And this was introduced just a few years ago, once AI started becoming more popular. Using an AI scanner to trade. It gives you the stop loss, the entry, the take profit. But still, again, you have to manually copy and paste that. You have to close the trade yourself. You have to manage the trade yourself. And so there is some user error, I guess sometimes, I know a lot of you guys will close your trades early or you will over leverage, your percentage. Okay? So there is still some difficulty involved. Now, what we are being given access to now are two additional ways of trading. Number 4 of how we can trade is using a copy trader that is fully tap to trade. Okay? What this looks like is an educator will send a trade, but it will give you the option to accept it, meaning that the moment that you swipe to accept, it will enter it into your trading account. The stop loss, the take profit, all of that. It'll give you it'll figure out the lot size on its own as well. In addition to that, you don't have to close the trade. Once you accept it, it is fully managed by the educator. Okay? Meaning that when they close the trade, your trade will close. If they move the stop loss, your stop loss will be moved. All of it is done, just you have to accept it. Okay? That is semi-automated, meaning you still have to accept it. If you're not looking at your phone and you don't see the trade alert pop up, you can't take it. You have to accept the trade. Okay? So that is semi-automation. The fifth way we can trade now that we have access that we've never had access to before is the fully automated trading. And I personally, I set up my account like 2 nights ago, and I have made sorry, not 5%, 3% in the last 2 days. Okay. In the last, 24, 30, 40 hours or so. And that might not seem like a lot, but I never touched my phone. Like I never I was sleeping and I woke up and I had 2 trades that were in profit. I yesterday I looked at my phone, 20 minutes later I looked again. My trade had already opened, closed and was in profit and I was already out. Fully automated. Never before have I seen this or had access to something like this, or else like, and it's almost like too good to be true. It's almost like, well, why wouldn't why wouldn't you use it? Exactly. But same with like, for example, investing. You can go to the bank and you can put your money in a high yield savings account and you can let it grow 5% a year, but people still are not doing it. So you're going to stumble across people who still will not do this, even though it's fully automated and your money is making you money just from being in in the thing. I see old age versus new age for real. Make money while you sleep. No, literally, like I'm about to have a baby. I'm about to wake up in the middle of the night and like check the thing, and you're in profit. Like I just don't think it gets better than that. Okay. So those are the 5 different ways that now you have access to that we have never before had access to. And that really is what gets me excited, is because I want you all right now, really quickly, for those of you who are locked in paying attention to me, write in the chat in like a sentence or less why you started trading. Like, why did you start trading? You could put a few words, a sentence, financial freedom, and make money, time freedom, financial freedom, second income, time, have more money, grow, time freedom, more time, have money to spend, time for me. Perfect. Personally, I got started to make money. Like, I got started to make money, and there are tons of ways to make money, you guys. There are so many ways to make money. Exchanging your time for money. I recently had a wedding, and I designed all these like flowers, and now I rent them out to people. And people pay me $200 a day to use the flowers that are sitting in my garage. Okay. So there are ways to make money that are not exchanging, time for money. But for me, it was about making money from my phone at my own convenience. Okay. And it was honestly about making the most amount of money with the least amount of effort. Okay. After that wedding, we needed more money. No facts. And so I know a lot of you guys, that really is at the end of the day what you guys are here for. And I truly believe that now this is the best, fastest, easiest, most convenient way to make an income. It's almost unbelievable. And yet you are being introduced to it at the very beginning and having access. Okay. Letting it do it for you automatically won't that stop us from learning and become. Yes, yes. That is why we offer education. So that is why there's 5 different ways. Taking the trade on your own, live sessions, using the scanners, and copy trading and the AI trader. Okay. But eventually, I mean, if I don't have to learn, I don't need to. I mean, I've been learning for 8 years, but a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, come in here and they would rather do it automated. They would rather not ever learn and just have their money work for them using the automated system. Okay. And if anything, now you can make money using the automated system and then also trade on your own while you're learning. But rather than having to go through the year, 2 years of what it takes to learn and not make a single dollar until you know how to, do it, kind of like college. You go to school for 4 years, you don't make any money usually with the education until you've actually graduated. Here, you're making money in the meantime. So you could do both. More than one automated account. Yes, you can have more than one automated account. I don't know all the details for that, but Manny will go over it tomorrow. So that is what I wanted to talk about. That's my perspective on this. Now, what I want you guys to do. So originally, the platform we were using is called Gifu. The membership's $185 a month. The new membership is similar, 185. It's extra if you want to do the completely auto. So you guys can take. We'll show you guys all of that tomorrow. But what I want you to do is if you are excited about using the new services that we're going to offer, you do have to discontinue your previous membership. Okay. So if you're planning
We
to
can
join,
we can show them. We can have someone share their screen and do it really quick.
you want to
Might
do
as
it?
well.
Okay. So we're going to show you guys exactly how you can unsubscribe to turn your auto ship off for Gifu. That way you don't get charged because you don't want to get charged from both platforms. You just want to have a membership for one. So
Ace, who did you say, bro?
I believe it was Seth or Andrew.
Andrew, Seth, are we able to help you guys do that real quick so we can show everybody else how to do it?
Yeah, give me a second.
cool.
My boy
Hold up.
Seth.
Sorry, I was helping my son to get some food. Um,
Perfect. You should be able to share your screen.
all right. So,
So this will be just a demo really quick, just so you guys all know exactly how to
I can't see.
Okay, hit the tab button, yeah. And then manage auto orders. Yeah. And then you should just be able to turn it off.
Um,
Um, Ace, how do you do it again?
Click view under actions. Oh wait. Go to auto order management.
oh, management for those. All right.
Click view. And then cancel auto order.
Boom, boom.
Welcome to paradise, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you,
So
Seth.
it is. Thank you so much for showing us that. So it really is simple. If your auto ship for some reason goes through on Gifu in the next 24 hours, you do have 24 hours to like refund it. But just to get ahead of it, I would just cancel it. So it's just gonna last however long the rest of the month is. I think his said like March 1st is when it expires. So just let it expire, and then when you're ready, you can resubscribe to the new platform. So that is how you do that because everyone will have to kind of go through that process, which is a little annoying, but it's pretty simple. Now the next step after you've kind of perfect, Ricky, after you've unsubscribed, yeah, don't procrastinate. And then yeah, because then you get charged and you have to wait another 3 to 4 weeks to resubscribe to the new one. Um, yeah. do all that. Did it perfect. And you will have it. So whatever you paid for it, you will have it for the next, for the month following. So you should be good there. Now the next step is we want to set up game plans. Okay. We want to set up game plans with every single person, all of you, everyone on this call. We want to have a private call with you, with your leader. So you probably know who your leader is if you're working with Steph, Armay, Ace, Felix, whoever. Okay. Cruiser too, tons of leaders that we have here, but set up a private call to schedule that game plan. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through setting up your new account, and kind of getting you onboarded per se with the new platform. Because there's a lot more to it. We have, the automated app, we have the semi-automated app, and we'll get you kind of set up all of that. And then also, we'll kind of show you how you can build, because I know a lot of you guys are in here and who are building teams, and you're going to want to know, okay, how can I do that here? It's pretty similar, but we still want to set that up with you. So schedule a game plan tonight. Message your mentor if they haven't already messaged you. I know a lot of them have already been reached out to, but message your mentor and get that scheduled for like the next 48 hours or so, 48, 72 hours. Maybe even tomorrow would probably work great. But the last thing that I'm going to cover is what the next week to 2 weeks are going to look like for this launch. Okay. So obviously tonight we're kind of doing the announcement of everything is changing and we have a lot of new things going on. But tomorrow will be the official presentation to introduce you guys to everything that this new platform has to offer. So we are super excited. We have a special guest speaker who's going to be running it for us. So you guys will get all the details, and then it'll probably answer a lot of your guys' questions as well, things that you're curious about. And yeah, so tomorrow's presentation, this is where anyone on the team, anyone who's in the business right now, who's planning to switch over, you're going to want to hop on tomorrow so that you can get educated on what exactly is offered, what exactly, the services are, what we have access to, all of that. That's going to be tomorrow. After that, Friday is your opportunity to go through our fast start. So tomorrow at 6 is the presentation. Friday at 6 is going to be our fast start. So this is where we will help you kind of get onboarded. If you have a game plan or not, we'll have you get set up properly. We're kind of going to go through the different brokers that you're going to need, the different applications, all of that. Will be on Friday. And this will probably, I'm assuming we'll have it be kind of like more open, so you guys can ask some questions as well. Just because like it is new. So Friday will be the fast start to get you plugged in after you've been set up and on and gotten started tomorrow. And then we are doing another official, oh yeah, everyone check out the flyer. Tomorrow's overview looks so good. Sunday, we are going to be doing another presentation. This Sunday presentation is your opportunity to invite guests to. So tomorrow is really going to just be for the team to get you guys educated on what the platform is. And then we're going to do the same presentation more for guests. Okay. So if you have people who are interested in joining trading, or interested in knowing about automation, or you have had traders on your team in the past who, they probably are going to be excited about having an automated trader because they know trading is difficult and it's hard to learn. And so having something that can get you paid meanwhile you're learning is super beneficial. So that is opportunity to invite guests to on Sunday. Cruiser said you can also invite guests tomorrow too. So either way, but Sunday is going to be the huge one that we're going to really push for guests. So highly recommend getting everyone plugged into that. And then after that, we're going to go into our new week. Okay. So you guys know we have a little schedule that we do every single week. We have our Monday calls, we have the Tuesday trading calls, the Wednesday calls, usually Thursday is an affiliate call, and then Friday is like a mindset call. So we have our weekly schedule, but we're going to change it up for the next 2 weeks just to get everything, set up. So the first week, 15 through the 20th or the 21st, we are going to have a product week. So every day we're going to be introducing you guys and showing you how exactly to use one of the new products that's being offered. So whether that is the Sniper Pro Scanner, like new version edition, or it is the semi-automated trader, or it is the automated trader, or it is the the new educators and going through their boot camps. We're going to be introducing new products and just kind of going over each one throughout that week. So it's going to be a really good one for you guys to learn what exactly you have access to, because when you have a membership, you have access to it all. So kind of knowing what there is and what you can get your hands on to use. And then after that, week 2, is it week 2? Week 3? I guess this week is kind of week 1. Next week to week 2. Week 3 is going to be our affiliate week. Okay, so this is where we are going to help you guys start building teams. So this is where you can start making money through referrals, making money through building a team, if that's something that you've been wanting to do. Or maybe you're wanting to do it because you're like, hey, I want to tell everyone about automation. This is the opportunity that we're going to help you do that. We are also going to be relaunching our TikTok challenge because I know things got a little bit confusing as we had this switch, as we have these big changes. So for that week, we will be introducing the TikTok challenge. And before that, we will give you guys the full scripts. Okay, we'll give you a script for every single day. That way you can start bashing content and we can get you guys to that challenge. Um, and then lastly, the week after that, that is the first week of March. And this is really like launch week. Okay, this is going to be where we kind of go back to our normal schedule. It'll be a mixed week. We'll have trading calls, we'll have affiliate calls, we'll have mindset calls, back to normal, just like we normally do. And we'll also have calls on Wednesday, probably for you guys to bring guests to. So back to your normal schedule programming on week 4. And at the end of that week, you guys, huge launch happening. We are obviously going to be, for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be getting people onboarded. We're going to be getting you guys all switched over. But officially on March 8th in Seattle, we will be having our official launch, okay? Our official launch event. We have guest speakers flying in. We have some of you guys leaders who will be flying in to host this event. And it'll be probably the biggest event we've ever had in Seattle. So don't miss it. Be there, get ready for it. It is something that you'll be able to bring guests to. And the team is going to be there, of course. But we have guest speakers flying in for it, and we're going to have more details soon, but that is the official launch event, and that is what we are building towards for the next 4 weeks or so. Okay, March 8th, let's go. And that's literally in about a month. Okay, so time is flying. But that is going to be it for me, guys, tonight. Quick call, big announcement though. I'm super excited. I truly have not been this excited since maybe when I first found out about trading and I learned that you can make money from your phone by hitting buttons. And now to learn that you can make money from your phone not hitting buttons. Now it's just like, oh God, I'm shook, guys. Like, I think I'm one of the few people since we got, set up this weekend. I think I'm one of the few people who have actually made profits on this, but this is the auto trader, and literally being able to come in here and click on close trades, and all 3 trades have hit TP, like, or had profits closed. Like, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And I'm so excited for all of you because at the end of the day, we all have like a reason why we want to make more money. And one of my whys now is my son. And so I am just so excited to see like what this does for me, my family, but also for all of you guys now that you'll have access to it. And it's going to be a beautiful season. So you are in the right place at the right time with the right people with a once in a lifetime, opportunity. So super excited. I'm going to pass it over to Cruiser if he has anything he wants to close out with. But if you guys have any questions at all, please let us know, and get your account canceled for Gifu and get your game plan scheduled with your mentor for Iconic.
if you guys have any like super in-depth random questions, then I might save that for tomorrow because we have two of the top leaders, top earners in the entire company of Iconic that are going to be breaking down a full in-depth presentation, which will probably answer all your guys' questions. Besides that, I mean, yeah, we could definitely, obviously, we all need to be there tomorrow, but feel free to invite guests tomorrow if you got excited about, the stuff that Leanne talked about and, you think other people would as well. We could definitely invite guests for that as well. And then, of course, we'll have Sunday as another opportunity for people who wasn't able to make it tomorrow. So, with that being said, there is travel stuff, Seth, and he's going to talk about the travel stuff tomorrow. Yes. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. And I'll just repeat what Leanne said. Just make sure to turn your membership off and also set up a game plan call so that we can talk about how, the new platform can help you get you to from where you are to wherever it is that you want to go. So appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Talk soon. Bye for now.